You know, I feel like I'm under the hood of this truck way more than I should have to be. And today I am going to be pulling apart this housing here that goes over the fan because one of the belts busted. And I believe it's because they put a tensioner on this truck that had a plastic pulley. And what I've been reading online is, and pictures look exactly like what happened here, is there's a plastic pulley on the smaller belt. There's two serpentine belts on this truck. The plastic pulley will start to melt because it's getting too hot. It will deform, tear up that first belt, and then when that first belt busts, it not only tears up anything that's in that area, which it looks like it ripped the wires out of my fan clutch, all that kind of stuff, but it looks like it's so close to the other serpentine belt that it actually messed up parts of that too. So I've got to pull all this apart, and I haven't ordered anything yet because who knows what else I need to order. But at the very least, it looks like I'm putting in two serpentine belts and probably two tensioners, because they didn't just do one plastic pulley, they did two. Who puts a plastic pulley on a diesel engine on a heavy duty truck? Don't know, but it does sound like now they're metal pulleys. So if I order the new part, they're supposed to be metal. Hopefully won't have this problem again. Anyways, I'm gonna get to pulling all this apart. This is the tensioner on the smaller serpentine belt that goes to the fan. Somebody in engineering decided that plastic was good enough. They didn't need metal. But then when you look this up now, it's been replaced with a metal pulley. So yeah, I think they finally caught their mistake. And I can't find any like recall or anything specific on this, and I'm just out of warranty, so I'm replacing this, doing all the labor. So if you have a 2020 HD all the way up to a 2023 HD, you probably have a plastic pulley, but then they went back to metal in 2024. So when you order this now, it's got a metal pulley on it, and that's what they're putting on the 2024s, 2025s. This is not the only one. This is the small serpentine belt pulley. The larger serpentine belt, its tensioner has a plastic pulley too. So since I've got it all pulled apart, I'm replacing both. This is the destroyed serpentine belt on the front. Only a little bit of it was left on the truck, and I cut those off with some wire cutters to get it completely off. These are the parts that I had to take off the truck. This is the upper housing that goes around the fan blade on the radiator. And this is the air intake. I took both pieces off, the top and the bottom, and that gives you at least a little bit of room to work from the side. And then this right here coming off gives me a little bit of room to get my hand down into the fan blade area, so that way I can route the belt and everything. Plus, this helped me get to the tensioner. I do not have the large serpentine belt off yet because the belt is actually okay, in decent condition, and the pulley that is plastic is still okay. But I am going to take that off, put a new belt and everything on it, because I've got it all torn apart, and for an extra $100 I can at least make that metal and not have to mess with it. All right, so I'm pulling the fan clutch for two reasons. One, the small serpentine belt won't get around the fan, so you have to pull the fan clutch to get that serpentine belt put in and put the tensioner on. What you're seeing here is a 24-inch adjustable wrench, and then I got a 3/8-inch ratchet with an extension so I could stick it in that pulley hole. Then I put a bar over that ratchet for leverage, and I was able to spin them apart. This nut to loosen turns clockwise on this truck if you're in front of the truck facing the engine. So the adjustable wrench goes this way. That bar with the ratchet is held for tension on this side. And it came off. I already broke it loose. It really wasn't that hard, especially if you have, you know, a lot of leverage. It breaks loose pretty easy. So I'm gonna get in there and get that removed so I can get that wiring harness and everything fixed. There is a wiring harness that got destroyed for the fan. As you can see, those bare wires there, it ripped the end of the harness off that goes to the fan. And to also inspect the fan clutch because it broke that little arm that holds the I guess magnet or electromagnet, whatever that is around it. It holds it from spinning. Well, it ripped that right off, so I've got to figure that out. And of course, this fan housing right here will not allow me to pull the fan clutch out because it's all bolted all the way around, and I don't want to break it. So now I'm going to pull this fan housing here off so I can get the fan clutch and the fan out. That will also give me a lot more room here to work. All right, as you can see here, I've got the fan clutch out. I've got the shroud that run around the fan taken out, and now I have a much cleaner engine bay to work with. I've got to get to where this wiring harness connects. See if I can make it long enough to really reach. I don't want to repair that wiring harness while sitting on my stomach. Looks like it may get to the wheel well. I might be able to turn the tire and fix it there. We shall see. I've already got the small serpentine belt tensioner off. That went right here that you saw earlier. This is the larger tensioner for the large serpentine belt. I'm gonna replace it, but they sent me the new part number and the pulley is still plastic on the new part number. So since I have 50,000 miles on here and I've got the part and they're gonna charge me pretty much what I paid just to return it, I'm gonna go ahead and put the new tensioner on just to give this a little extra life. I bought a new serpentine belt here. I'm gonna put a new serpentine belt on here. Then I've got the small serpentine belt tensioner and the small serpentine belt. I'm gonna get all those put on and then start putting this back together. But I've got to get this wiring harness here wired up, and I need to find out what color went to what, because the colors don't match between the fan clutch side of the wiring and the wiring harness side of the wiring. They're different colors. So now I've got to figure out what those are, and I'll let you know as soon as I figure that out. All right, so the only place that I can get reasonable access to this ripped off end piece of the wiring harness is here in my wheel well. I pulled it this way. As you can see, I've got a purple wire, a white wire. I think this is white with a red line on it. Could be gray, I don't know. Thicker black wire. I'm assuming that's the main power line, and then a black wire here. At least I think that's black. It's hard to tell. I'm not colorblind, I'm just old. And yeah, I mean, it looks like white, gray and red, purple, a thicker gauge black wire and a thinner gauge black wire. That's what this looks like. Maybe, I don't know, maybe dark brown. Anyways, I'm gonna see if I can find the wiring schematic and find out what all of these wires do. There are 5 pins sticking out the other harness, so luckily all the wires look like they're there. I'm gonna go work on that now. I know this video may be a little long, but I'm trying to give you as much information as I possibly can. Here's the wiring harness on the fan clutch side. It looks like we have, what, green, yellow, pink, and then on the other side, there is a red and a blue. So like I said, I'm gonna go find what these wires equal to on the harness side. Another thing here is, if you notice, the arm's not there. This is the little plastic arm that clamps to this. This piece right here, I thought I lost. I thought it was broken off and gone. When I pulled everything out, got this fan clutch out, and I got the shroud from the fan out, I found this laying on top of the skid plate, which was great because I thought I was gonna have to buy the fan clutch just to get this piece. I could not find the separate part number just for this. So if you lose this, you may be able to buy this part. Looks like 010030281 is the only number on it. I do not know if you can buy this on its own. I couldn't find it, and I sure as heck wasn't buying an entirely new fan clutch just for this little plastic piece. I was gonna make me one, but luckily I found it. We didn't lose it. Anyways, I'm gonna go find that diagram. These are the parts that I did order to get everything replaced. This one, 3657, is one of the drive belt tensioners, another drive belt tensioner. This is the one I believe that was plastic and melted and caused all this problem. And then I got the 2 serpentine belts. So this new tensioner, this is a metal pulley. There's the part number on it. It's got a metal pulley. This is the box that it came in. Genuine GM part. This is the one that was in my truck that melted and again caused all of this chaos. This tensioner here is the one that is still on the truck and did not fail, but I ordered it because I was told that the new version of this tensioner was also metal. This was the newest part number I could find at the time. I was under the impression this was going to come metal. This is plastic. It's exactly like the one that's on my truck. And I mean, I guess that's just what I'm going to have to deal with. It's got a plastic pulley. Even though this part on my truck has not failed, it does have some scuff on it from when the other belt busted. So 50,000 miles on it, I'm just not taking the risk. I already have the new part, so I'm going to put this new part on with the new serpentine belt and just hope and pray that this thing doesn't fail on me. So those are the parts that I'm putting on. Again, I want to be as detailed as possible, so I'm going to be taking this tensioner off here. I'm going to put this 1/2-inch drive ratchet in there. You put it in that little hole right there. I'm going to put a pipe over this as a leverage. You take the whole belt off, you replace the tensioner, and then you do the same thing to put the belt back on. It's helpful to just take a picture of this to remember how to put it on, but there's all kinds of schematics on how to put the belt on. And then you see these two holes down here. I'm going to put that tensioner on, and you do the same thing. Pull the tension off the tensioner, put the belt on, you're good to go. So I'm going to do that now, get all of these belts and tensioners put back on and replaced. All right, so after finding the pins, and you can pause it here if you need to look at this. This is the wiring schematic that I could find from the GM Upfitter site. This is the truck side, the harness side. These are the female pinholes. And so this would be on the harness side. And these are the wires from the harness side, which is the side that I had ripped off. Now, I still had my connector on the fan side, so I was able to count the pins and match up colors from the fan side to the colors of the harness side. So that's what this is here. Get a little closer. And then this is what they had. So I'm pulling off the connector end to expose the wires for a couple reasons. One, I knew this wire was torn up, the insulation. And what I'm going to do is just pull the harness piece off the connector, and I'm going to connect these wires to some extra long pieces of wire because I need at least another 6 inches or so to plug these in and make it work right. So I'm going to do that, add me some extension wire to this, so that way when I put it back into the truck, I can just have the wire sticking off. I'm going to put plugs on the other side, and I'm going to make my own little connector for this. You can buy these little connectors, eBay, Amazon, or whatever, but I'm just not going to mess with it. I'm just going to do regular wire connectors and just connect them one-to-one. So in case you're wondering what I consider what colors, this is pin 1, it's blue. This is pin 3, it's red. Pin 4 is pink and black, which is this one here. Pin 5 is yellow, that's this one. Pin 6 is green. So I've got both of the new tensioners installed and the new serpentine belts put on. Everything looks good. I did crank it up shortly just to let it run for a second, make sure the belts were running well, no crazy squeaks or anything like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the fan clutch, the housing that goes around the fan clutch, all of that in here, and then run the extra wire that I did down to the harness so I can get that fixed up. All right, so I've got everything put back together, all the plastic panels, I've got the fan clutch, you know, all the serpentine belts and everything in there. I even wired up, if I can get in there on the camera, it ain't pretty, but I added some wires. I know that looks rainbow, but those were the colors, and I actually had wires to match those colors, so I was able to match it up off of there. So when I hooked them together, they were the same colors. And that's it. So now I'm going to go on the truck, crank it up, reset the codes, and I'm going to see what comes back. From what I've read, if you clear the codes and nothing comes back, you're good. If you clear the codes and you start getting errors for the fan clutch, then you probably actually have a fan clutch issue and you might have to replace it. There's a fan speed sensor that's on that fan clutch, and if that sensor isn't working exactly the way it's supposed to, it messes with all kinds of things, mainly from what I hear, your AC. So I'm going to go in there and clear it out, and we're going to see what we get. All right, it's reading and generating the diagnostics report. When it does that, I know it's got codes in there because it had codes in there from before. I'm just gonna clear those codes, and then I'm gonna restart the truck, reread it, and see if it has any codes after they're cleared. All right, if you can see that, there's codes there. You can see speed, output, all that. I'm gonna go ahead and clear the codes. I hear the truck going through its process, so I'm gonna let this happen, turn everything off, and then we're gonna get a good reading again. Well, it looks like I have one legitimate code, and that is one of my TPMS sensors and one of my tires are going out. So I guess I gotta get that fixed. But all the other codes say they're cleared, so I'm gonna turn the truck off and rerun the report. All right, so I did restart the truck and clear the codes, but it looks like it's still finding some codes. So that's not good. I am getting cold air out of the vents. So my understanding is if it wasn't working at idle, the air conditioner wouldn't get cold. But let's see what's going on. All right, here we go. Let's see. Cooling fan speed output, circuit low voltage. Lost communication with the grill air shutter. And then that's that TPMS sensor again. That's fine. All right, so yeah, these are the errors right here that I'm getting. I'm a little worried that this means that the sensor on this active grill air shutter maybe got messed with. Maybe I've got some more damaged wires in there. I'm gonna go take a look. So my understanding about those shutters is it's this piece here, which would be normally inside of your front bumper. I have a ranch hand bumper on this truck, and I believe that would be the wiring connection for this. So I'm gonna look and see if I can find out if that got damaged anywhere. All right, so I traced the wiring harness of this connector here. This goes here, it goes up behind this, and then it goes up here, comes across, comes up to here. I don't know if you can see that, and then goes back into the engine bay compartment. There could be some damage, maybe further back in. I'm gonna have to get in there to look. For now, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up because this kind of showed you what I did to get through this situation. If you also have this issue here, when I find it, I'll give you an update. But if you've had this problem with your truck and you brought it in to get fixed or you fixed it yourself, please let me know down in the comments. Have you had any problems with these grill shutters or the fan clutch? Did you have to replace that? Let me know in the comments, especially if you have things like part numbers, anything like that, that will help other people that have had this situation. I'd be grateful to get your information on that because with the fan speed sensor, check engine light or DTC code coming on, and then also with these, the grill shutters, I'm sure there's something else going on in there and I'm gonna have to replace something. I don't know if I gotta put a new fan clutch in or if I gotta get a new wiring harness, but I'll look into that more. But if you would, put any information you have down in the comments. And if you're having the same problem, you need some help, throw that in the comments also. I'll do what I can to help you. We shouldn't have to be messing with this, but it is what it is. All right, well, I'm gonna call it a day on this. That's where I'm at with this whole situation. I hope all of this information was helpful. That's why I did it. If it was, please like the video, help others find it, subscribe to the channel, and anything else I find out about this, I'll definitely keep you updated. All right, thank y'all very much for watching. Y'all take care.